Well, my memories of the Ostrowski family go all the way back to first grade. The Ostrowskis moved in from Chicago, and they bought the Mid-Lakes Motel at the corner of Highway 5 North and Hospital Drive. So Paul showed up. He was in Mrs. Sider's class in first grade, and I was in Mrs. Parnell's. At Christmas, we all got the little NFL. Paul was a Dallas Cowboy with the little hat and the jacket, and Steve was a Redskin, and I was a Miami Dolphin. And the three of us were three holy terrors in that little neighborhood. That you could kind of sum up our youth, if you could say, by the Little Rascals, the Bad News Bears, American Pie, American Graffiti. If you've watched any of those shows, you pretty much have a pretty good idea of our youth. We went to the pool a lot. The city pool had the little scab on our nose from too much sun. We rode bicycles all the time. I can remember initiations into the Treehouse Club involved smoking grapevine and running naked through the trees on the obstacle course, running the gauntlet with BB gun wars, and jumping bicycles over objects from the Evel Knievel area. Paul was the big winner. I think he had 13 3-pound coffee cans that he managed to clear on his little bicycle. So we had a wonderful time growing up. We played on the same Little League baseball team. His dad was coach. My dad was a coach. Paul was one of those, as an athlete, he hated to lose, absolutely hated to lose. Steve and I struggled mightily trying to keep up with Paul athletically. We had a lot of wonderful memories. I can remember the older sister Diane's pony Scamper. We would ride him around the yard backward, being Dudley Do-Right from the cartoons, you know, at a full gallop, and we graduated onto mini bikes and things like that. I can still remember, I still say a few things from the old days. That last cast of the day, Paul and I would be dropped off at the lake with my little rowboat or his canoe, and his dad or my dad would pick us up from a day of work. We'd be out there fishing all day and hanging out on the lake. And I can remember, well, you know, we were supposed to hurry on over from Pigeon Creek to Cranfield so we could be picked up by Mr. Ostrowski, but we had to stop and fish one last time, and last cast of the day, and Paul caught a real nice big bass. So to this day, if I'm out fishing, we have to have the last cast of the day. So, but you know, great people, wonderful family. It was just a real joy growing up with the Ostrowski family. And you know, and Paul has been a great friend. When I went off to college, you know, I did the typical, went over and ran kind of wild, and was having a big time and thought I was being kind of cool and fun and the life of the party. Paul went to West Point, and he was playing football, and he was busy with all the activities at West Point. And I'll be darned, about a semester in, I got a letter from Paul, and it said, hey man, I understand maybe you're over there kind of showing out and having too much fun, and you know, really, maybe you might want to think about that, you know, that maybe you might want to tone it down a little bit. Well, you know, when that's a dear friend that would bother to take the time to send you a letter like that. And then too, someone you've always kind of looked up to and measured yourself against. When somebody like that kind of tells you might want to take a look in the mirror, you know, it's kind of a big deal. And I'm grateful to him for that. I mean, that's kind of one of the things that good friends do for each other, and Paul's been that kind of a friend to me. So wonderful memories of the whole Ostrowski family. Couldn't have grown up in a better neighborhood. Steve and I are probably two of the only males on this earth could possibly say that we've blacked a Special Forces Airborne Ranger Lieutenant General's eye and lived to tell about it. So, and we got what we gave, I can assure you that, you know, to this day, I'm still afraid of a cold muscatoli after having it forcibly shoved up my nose from Paul and Steve Ostrowski, and just some of the little fun, silly things that we did as kids growing up, but wouldn't trade it for anything.
My name is Skip Rutherford from Little Rock, and I'm Dean of the University of Arkansas Clinton School of Public Service. In the 1970s and early 80s, I worked for United States Senator David Pryor. And we traveled Arkansas together, going to various events, various meetings, meeting lots of people, many people doing remarkable things. One time we were in Mountain Home, Arkansas, and there, at the bequest of the late State Senator Veda Shedd, who was working on many projects and kept every congressional office busy, Senator Shedd came to me and said, I would really like for you to meet a young man named Paul Ostrowski. And I said, well, who is Paul Ostrowski? And she said, well, he is a superstar at Mountain Home High School. And he has this dream of going to West Point. And I would like to get him a congressional nomination to West Point. And I know this is Mountain Home, Arkansas, and I know there will be competition from all over the state and all over the country. But I'm telling you, this is a very remarkable young man whose future is unlimited, whose trajectory is bright, and who will serve our country with honor and distinction. So would you please visit with him? It's the first time I met Paul Ostrowski. And as Senator Pryor was considering who he was going to nominate to the United States Military Academy, the name Paul Ostrowski jumped up high on that list. He was, at that time, a remarkable young man. He earned an appointment and admission into West Point. He has excelled his entire life, just like Senator Shedd had predicted. And he has served our country with honor and distinction. Tonight, Mountain Home honors General Paul Ostrowski, whose military career is extraordinary. And it is my pleasure, General Ostrowski, Paul, not only to congratulate you, but to say that it was a thrill to have played a very small role in seeing you rise to the top of your class. You bring great credit to Mountain Home. You bring great credit to our state. You bring great credit to our country. And I wish you the very best of success.